tie an Afriki pug today. We're going to start off with just a black patka. You can use whatever color you like. I use a black one. This is going to end up being your 50 that shines through as a triangle, so make sure you pick a color that either matches your pug or traditionally you want it to be darker than your pug. You want to make sure this is sort of tight as well because this is going to be sort of the base of your pug, so you don't want it to be kind of like flopping, like loose, so that your pug is like flopping around or is unstable. So you want to make sure that's nice and tight. And then you can just use a slide to tuck in your hair as you go along. So we start off with this lahr right here. This pug traditionally is also, it's called the African style. It's more Kenyan style. People in Africa or the UK traditionally are more like prone to wear this sort of pug. And it uses, instead of a boonie, it uses a folded style. Start off with the lahr in this mouth and put it over. You want to kind of open it up in the beginning and lay it across. And this will actually be, at the end, become the covering on the top. So you want to leave this kind of loose, so at the end you can make yourself a little easier. So you go around, you can just turn around it, and always extend out like this to keep the bug from knotting up. And as you go along, you layer it over. Make sure you keep a nice width here as well. About an inch is traditionally good. So about an inch gap. Build it up. As you go along, I'm going to make sure it's clean. Go up and back. Yeah, it's 4 lahrs, and this lahr is generally used as more of a covering one. And a lot of times what people will do is, because you want this last lahr to be kind of crisp, they use either a piece of cardboard, or I'm using a piece of computer paper to sort of stuff it up. And I'll show you the difference that makes actually. And so you use this one traditionally just like this, and you can sort of tell what it looks like. You can kind of play with it, but not as much. When I add the paper to it, it gives it a little bit more stiffness, as you can see. It's a little bit more crisp, and it can have a little bit more bend with it. And generally with this style of bug, you want a point at the top of it. So here we go, we're putting a nice point at the bug using the paper in the back. We'll take this out of our mouth now, scoot this back just like that, and we'll go to the top, the one that we saved from the beginning. Pull it out a little bit, give us some nice, and we'll spread it out a little bit. And once it's kind of spread out, we'll just tug on this back part right here, and we'll start tucking it in. It's okay if you mess it up a little bit, you can always touch it up. Keep tugging at it, and you want to take some time to kind of fold this into it nice and clean. And make sure your 50 is good. You can use your slide again to tuck in the hair and make some last minute adjustments. But just like that, you have a nice African pug. Thanks guys.